The Thunder have taken the NBA by storm for the first time. The NBA championship.
This past year, the Oklahoma City Thunder won the NBA championship. But it leaves many people wondering what it could have been.
Celebration begin in Seattle. It is over. The Seattle Supersonics have won the NBA World Championship Series in 5 games.
Seattle is a beautiful city located in the northwest of the United States. The city is positioned on the water with views of the mountains. But the great views aren't the only thing that defines Seattle. Seattle is also known for its innovation, becoming home to many companies, such as Amazon, Costco, Starbucks, and many more. But the city isn't just business. It was called home to 3 notable professional sports teams: the Seahawks, the Mariners, and the Supersonics. The Supersonics were founded and had resided in Seattle since 1967. This made them the oldest professional sports team in Seattle, older than the Seahawks by 9 years, and 10 years older than the Mariners. The time that the Supersonics spent created a connection with those who lived in Seattle. Howard Schultz, former CEO of Starbucks, purchased the Supersonics in 2001 from Barry Ackerley. But with the recession in 2001, Howard and his investors were feeling tight on money. Howard eventually ended up selling Seattle's WNBA team after failing to secure city funding to do renovations on Seattle's Key Arena. Then, in 2006, Howard sold the team to Clay Bennett and an Oklahoma City investment group, who had formerly owned the San Antonio Spurs. Bennett entered the scene ready to go. Bennett's Sonic team, led by rookie Kevin Durant, didn't do so well. But Bennett still had some big plans for the franchise. Clay wanted to renovate the Key Arena, as well as make it into a state-of-the-art arena, but the city refused to provide funding due to Clay and his investors not offering to pay anything towards the improvements. And there was already a plan put in place to provide no less than $3.5 million for minor renovations in the arena and practice facility. So the team continued to play in Seattle until the team abruptly moved in the off-season of 2008. The team moved to Oklahoma City, a city excited to have its own professional sports team since when they hosted the Oklahoma City Mets, who disbanded in 1917. The Sonics changed their name to the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder featured a large roster change from the Supersonics, retaining 9 of their 22-man roster. The new core changed the team, resulting in them having an average of 18,500 fans on average each game, 12th among the 30 teams in the NBA, even though they had a record of 4-30, the worst in the league, which was an upscale from the 13,355 fans each game in their last season in Seattle, which ranked them 28th in the league. This dramatic roster shift set up the team for success. Along with good drafting, the Thunder drafted Russell Westbrook, a star out of UCLA.
First place is often the worst place. I love it here. I call it my birthplace. Whenever I walk in, they making the worst face.
The team, led by these young stars like Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, made it to the 2012 NBA Finals. And 4 years after the move, the Thunder were finally able to make it to the finals, showing promise of success for the franchise in its new home. But the Thunder were no match for the GOAT.
I'm with the murder team.
The Thunder continue to play in Oklahoma City to this day, under the ownership of Clay Bennett, but their journey to their new home wasn't as straightforward as it appeared. After leaving Seattle seemingly overnight, Clay Bennett faced 2 lawsuits, one coming from Howard Schultz, the former owner, and one from the city of Seattle. In the sale of the Supersonics, there was a goodwill term to keep the Sonics in Seattle, which Schultz believed Clay had broken. Schultz's suit was dropped after it was outlined by the league that the Starbucks owner had signed a binding contract not to sue the new ownership group, as well as the fact that Schultz's proposal to transfer the ownership of the team to a court-appointed receiver would violate NBA league rules. The second lawsuit was with the lease the team had with Seattle to use the arena. The Sonics were supposed to play all the way through the 2010-2011 season. The lawsuit filed by the city of Seattle ended up in a settlement, under which the new ownership group was required to pay $45 million to break the lease, plus an additional $30 million if Seattle had no replacement team after 5 years. After all, the Sonics created a lot of benefits for the city. The team spent nearly $30 million a year in Seattle, excluding player salaries, along with creating over 150 jobs. The lawsuit with the city also gave the city the right to keep the colors, name, and championships of the team, in case they would ever receive a team again. While Seattle was figuring things out without their team, Oklahoma City was thriving. The mayor of Oklahoma City had met with the NBA commissioner long before having the Supersonics was an idea. He wanted to bring something enticing to the city, to make it better for people to live in, but he wanted to change the identity of the city. Oklahoma City was often remembered as the city with the terrorist attack, but the mayor believed bringing an NBA team would change what the city was known for, and it did just that. This change of identity for Oklahoma City came at a cost. Gary Payton, a former Sonics player, said, "We got our team stolen from us. Plus, if you look at the 90s, look what we've done. We were one of the premier teams in the NBA. Why don't you want your team back?" This change affected everyone, the city, the player, and the fans.
But most of the fans here are far too hurt by the way the team was ripped away from us to ever root for that franchise again.
People still commonly post wanting a Sonics team in Seattle. The last proposed move of an NBA team was the Sacramento Kings, who would move to Seattle, but it was denied by a vote of 22-8. Any relocation would require 16 yes votes. So the banner still hangs and the people still await the return of their team. But the end is just a new beginning.
Kicks it out. Toppin. Good contest from Dort. Halliburton falls down. He looks hurt. Here comes SGA the other way. Inside, and Williams throws it down. Halliburton's hurt right away when he fell.
With the conclusion of the 2025 NBA Finals, the Thunder made their own legacy in Oklahoma City, changing what the city is known for. In 18 years, the team made an everlasting mark.